there trouble brewing? We're just wasting... It's you! Good to see you, mate. It's been a while since Shrieking Scar. Sorry I didn't see you coming. I'm busy keeping an eye out for harpies. And those puny Breton brothers. You've already forgotten the Remley brothers, eh? I wish I could. The three of us were hired to drive off the harpies infesting the cliffs. Armel and Balin are supposed to be setting up traps, and I'm here to protect the village while they work. If I had to guess, yes. I just don't know what's taking them so long. They've been out there for hours. Could you help out your old friends? Go look for them? I'd go myself, but I've got to keep watch here. Once you find those trap wizards, get them back here on the double. We've got to let the Elder know how we're doing. She's been waiting on our progress report. And between you and me, I think she's getting a little impatient. My pleasure. I can talk to you and watch for harpies at the same time. We're really proving ourselves here, I think. Proving our worth as sellswords. Or we would be if those two morons weren't ruining everything. A little village of horse nomads. The place is called Silverhoof Vale. Their elder tried to tell me all about her love for the herd mother, and yeah, my eyes just kind of glazed over when she got to the part about talking horses. The Fighters Guild has stopped doing one-shot contracts, right? Off on some grand quest to kill the Daedra. So we have a chance to make a name for ourselves. Critters like these harpies are still causing trouble. That's where we come in. Well, we're still working out the particulars, mind you. If you join the Fighters Guild, you get all that armor and weapons and training. We just have the Remley brothers and my bad attitude to rely on. Shornhelm, we're always on the lookout for the next job, right? Gelvin decided we had this well in hand. So he and that sister of his set out for the city. Wish he was here now to keep those two knuckleheads in line. A job here, a job there, the usual. We're no longer called the Daggers, though. Seems a mysterious someone had a claim to the name and didn't want it tarnished. A threatening note and near-death experience later, we dropped the name. Right, we actually get harpy jobs pretty frequently. Seems we have a bit of a reputation for being competent against harpies, and that's all because of your help. Yeah, those gems got us by long enough to get another job. It helped that revealing his scheme actually made us more popular among the locals. My pleasure. I can talk to you and watch for harpies.
Hey, you! Help me out of... Come on, help me out of this mess. I've been stuck by accident, of course. These things are delicate, tricky. One false move and snap, I'm caught. Now my arms... Does it look like I have a choice? Make it quick already. Those harpies are... Thanks, I guess. Armel and I were trapping the whole gully. These things are designed to go with our scent lures. But as I said, they're very finicky to set up. Bah, Armel's a moron. His design's clear. Right. We put down these scent barrels. They draw the harpies in and they get caught in the traps. Simple, or so he said. I've already wasted too much time out here. I need to report in to Bumno. Place the rest of my traps. You'll know where to put them. Armel went ahead of me to place the scent barrels, just like the one here. Put the traps with the barrels, and keep watch for my brother. Oh, yes, of course. How have you been? We're fine, mostly. We're doing the best we can, anyway. Still in the harpy business. Do they? They're not, you know. We deserve better than what Lord Deal was going to do by us, didn't we? I didn't recognize you until you mentioned it. Good to see you again. Imagine, meeting up after, can't you tell? Listen, I've got to get back to Bumnog. While you're out here, see...
Trying to kill me! It's going to be dinner. Thanks. I'll see you back at the village.
Are you telling me you've made absolutely no progress on the contract we signed with you?
It's Armel's fault. His stupid trap malfunctioned again.
It's not my fault. Those harpies are crafty and bloodthirsty.
Is that why you reek? What is that smell?
The harpies, they're here. The scent lure on these two brought the whole flock down on us. We need to wash this stuff off before the harpies get us. To the pond!
Please, go with them. The villagers and I will hide from the beasts.
So much to do, so little time.
Get ready! Here they come!
Could someone get my back, please?
I'm scrubbing as fast as I can!
Someone get my back, please.
Hey, what do you say we just leave the Remley brothers for the Harpies? Heard women need love too.
Almost done! Just a little longer!
Believe it or not, I think we solved their Harpy problem. Nice work. Let's get back to the village and check in with the Elder. Hey, over here. Just a moment, before you go inside. Before you go in, I need to talk to you. The village elder, she's not sure we did any work. And look, I know we messed up a little. And you helped us out, a lot. But we're trying to build a reputation here. And most of our jobs don't go like this. So could you stretch the truth? If she doesn't think we met our end of the contract, the elder won't pay us. And she'll probably spread the word that we're idiots. Eventually, we'll starve to death. Is that what you want? For all of us to starve? I vowed that I would always face my opponents as an equal. If an enemy came at me with a sword, I would meet his blade with one of my own. The Harpies fight with claws. How could I go up against them with anything more than the fists nature gave me? Sharp and natural. They don't wield weapons, so neither will I.
You're the only one who isn't a member of this group. Perhaps you will speak truly. The contract specifies they must do the work promptly and effectively. I'm not sure what happened, to be honest. Did they do anything worth paying for? You're not part of their group, as I said. I'm not trying to cheat them. I just want to know if they did what they said they would. Is their effort here today worth our hard-earned gold? I am pleased to hear this. When the Harpies attacked our horses, we were desperate. They're as dear to us as our children. We will gladly call. Your friend is vouched for your good work. Though your methods were unconventional, you greatly thinned the Harpy flock.
All in a day's work. We're glad we could help.
Here's the agreed-upon payment. Stories of your heroic deeds will be told to all those that pass through our camp.
Thank you. Our business is all word of mouth, so that'll be a huge help. And thank you, friend. We won't forget your support either. Get off your arses, boys. Go take down those traps. We don't need them anymore.
Bumnog! We just finished setting them up!
I get to take down the pots. It's your turn to get caught up in those nets.
The brothers and I appreciate your help, my friend. I know this job might have been a little rough, but we're getting better with every contract. You'll see. There aren't many that would have helped us out. I'm grateful. Grateful enough to share some of our payment as a thank you for all your help.
Stay back, vampire! I'll stick you with this sword! I mean it!
Calm down, Shaveskin. Your courage is commendable, but highly misplaced. We are here to help.
And how am I supposed to trust you?
This one could have overpowered you at any time. Now stand down, or Adusa will stick that sword where the bright moons never shine.
What? How dare you? Oh, very well. I'll just go and sit down or something.
this world, and all others in time. The strong should always command the weak. Sometimes the prey turns and nips us. It is a small thing.
Gold may be the root of evil, but we all need roots.
Mortals. Show a little concern, and this is the thanks you get. And where is the constable? Why isn't he here? But that is a mystery for another time. The survivors are our priority. Still, such precision, such coordination. Rarely have I seen vampires behave like an army instead of raiders. This wasn't an incursion. It was an occupation. We must work quickly. It won't take long for the enemy to discover our presence. You stay here and guard these townsfolk. I'll go search for more survivors. No. Reverse that. Better for you to search and Adusa to stay here. Watch for signs of the constable. I will try to learn more. You ask many questions, like a young one who has eaten too much moon sugar. Constable Maldred is a friend, a trusted contact. We have worked together in the past. And speaking of work, don't you have some survivors to save? That is what I am, yes? Surely you have learned by now that not every vampire is a monster. Adusa hopes that this doesn't make you uncomfortable.
I know how to deal with your kind. Come any closer and this goes straight into your heart. I'm perfectly safe right where I am, thank you very much. I've got a sharp blade and plenty of food. I'm downright cozy. But those bloodsuckers turn the townsfolk into their feral pets. There are other survivors? Why didn't you say so? I'll follow you, but we need to be very careful. These creatures aren't like any vampires I ever read or heard.
Vampire or blood fiend, you will fall to Adusa's terribly swift blades. Oh, it's just you. Never mind then.
Divine, save me! Please, I'll join your army. Really, I will.
Oh, you're not one of them, are you? Thank the Divines. They just marched into town like they owned the place. A cold, horrible woman. The woman made a strange gesture, and townsfolk began turning into blood fiends. Then she just walked away and let her companions... They were so fast, so strong. Other survivors? I didn't dare hope.
Divines, protect me! I thought you were going to take me to the barn.
Come on, let's have at it. I'd rather die fighting than get turned into one of your pitiful creatures. Well, that's a relief. I thought for sure you were going to kill me. I just wish you had gotten here in time. They called her Larea. She demanded that we line up to receive her blessing. That's what she called it, her blessing. My father was one of the first to step forward and tell her what to do with her blessing. Of course, you're right. I know you're right. I don't want to die. Impressive show of combat prowess, stranger.
Well, you are gone. We had a few visitors. Nothing Adusa couldn't handle, of course. But we shouldn't linger in this place much longer. Yes, Adusa noticed. Fewer than I hoped, but more than I expected. Meanwhile, this one learned that the militant vampires require structure. Why is that so surprising? But we have more pressing matters. I will get the survivors out of...
I was wondering when you were going to arrive, Adusa.
By the look on your face, Adusa assumes you were successful? Maldred? That's the name of the... No. That unclawed traitor! Adusa only wishes she had been the one to end him. You did well, Five Claw. Adusa will see that these people reach a safe... There is something sinister going on in Rivenspire, Five Claw. Keep your wits up. Adusa will take the survivors to Hoarfrost Downs. They should be safe enough there. Pardon, but this one is still coming to grips with how fast the Blood Fiends were created. Typically, a vampire degenerates over time, eventually withering into a mindless Blood Fiend. The process we observed in Moira's Hope was quite the opposite. The Blood Curse appeared to change its victims into Blood Fiends. Yes. Word of what happened here must be carried to my master, Count Verandis. There is much work to be done, and very little time if Larea has truly ventured this far south.
Well met, friend. Tell me something. Say you knew someone who committed a truly heinous crime. You know, slaughtering innocents and such. Could they ever be forgiven, or do they deserve... Because that's the scenario here. I've tracked down a man named Gerard Althen. Althen ordered the massacre of hundreds of innocent people during Rancer's War, and then vanished. After 10 years, I finally found him. I need someone to fight their way into the Barrows and find his hiding place. It shouldn't be too hard. One of Althen's old cronies came to help him escape. Trolls got to him, but he must have been carrying a clue to Althen's hiding. You're smart. Working for the Ring of Daggers has two great benefits. First, we reward our friends generously. Second, we don't worry about trials and laws and silly things like that. Get Althen to Hoarfrost Downs, and he will pay for what he did. You certainly can. I may or may not be obliged to answer, but you can certainly ask. Althen was King Rancer's spymaster and head of security. During the war, when High King Emmerich struck an alliance with the Orcs, Rancer went mad. He had Althen round up hundreds of innocent Orc civilians and put them to the sword. Of course, but that makes him no less guilty. The dog that bites cannot blame his master for letting him off the chain. Althen willfully organized the slaughter of innocent people, and he will pay for that crime, no matter how long. If you must know, he will die. And most likely, it will be a slow and painful death. The contract is with High King Emmerich. He hired us to track Althen down. We can bring him in dead or alive. It's our choice. In addition to his crimes, Althen made the mistake of crossing the Ring of Daggers. He tortured and killed the lover of our leader, Copper Diarrhea. All that remained of that man was an eye. I suspect Copper will begin with one of Althen's eyes. We work on a contractual basis. Guards, soldiers, scouts, couriers, whatever the client needs, we provide. We swear allegiance to no one, but work for a variety of interests within the Daggerfall Covenant. Often, even for the High King himself. No, it's not that simple. You can't hire the Ring of Daggers to fight in some silly war or a military campaign. We take contracts for specific tasks, which require... I'll be having a drink at the Dusklight Inn in Hoarfrost Downs. I'll wait for you there.
Who's out there? Turen? tell me
For
that
you?
I don't think so. Who do you work for? The Ring of Daggers? If so, you're wasting your time. You can't get in. And I have enough...
Turin is dead?
You saw him? Oh, God. I needed him to get me out. The door can only be opened from the outside. I don't have enough supplies to last forever. Of course you will. And then you'll hand me over to the Ring of Daggers. I'm no fool. I am in a bind here, though. Perhaps I can persuade you to have mercy. You should know that, despite my past... Well... No. There's a letter in my pack, though. It would give me some credibility. I dropped my pack out in the barrows, but if you'll find and read that letter, I'll tell you how to open the door. All right. I believe I dropped my pack by an altar just north of the crypt. You'll find the letter in there. If you read it, you'll see. I'm a changed man. I've done everything I can. You're back. Oh, thank the gods. The walls of this crypt are closing in on me now. Ever since I realized I might die in here. Funny. Very well. I hope it's giving you something to think about before you decide my fate. Regardless, I suppose it's my turn to hold up my end of the bargain. The door is controlled by 2 levers on either side of the barrow above. As if that weren't enough, you'll need keys to activate the levers. The keys are buried inside the Dorel and Tamrith family crypts. Yes, and then I get to find out what my fate is to be. I hope you're...
I need help. I hope you can help me.
So here we are, a moment of truth. I can now look upon the face of the one who will be my judge. I hope you understand that I am in no way trying to deny my past wrongdoings, nor would I argue that those acts should be forgiven. If you read the letter in my pack, then you at least know that I've done what I can in the years since the war to make amends for the things I did. Even if you decide to hand me over to the Ring of Daggers, no. I prefer you take your time making this choice. I need to get out of these barrows either way, so you can take me to the Ring of Daggers, or you can take me to the others. I'm yours to do with as you will. Whatever you decide, I will go along. Of course, if there's anything I can tell you to increase my chance of meriting your mercy, I am more than happy to oblige. Well, please, don't ask me about that. Anything but that. Ask me about the things I've done since the war. The things I did under King Rancer. They were terrible. Hard to find. Damn it. You want to know what I did? I'll tell you. When the orcs turned on us, Rancer ordered me to arrest and interrogate all orcs in Rivenspire. And I did. If they resisted or seemed suspicious, I know that one can never truly wipe the past clean. And certainly not in my case. But I've done what I can. I've sent gold and gifts to the orphanage in Orsinium, and I've spent years tracking down ancient tomes of orc history. Yes? I've fed stray dogs, opened doors for old ladies, and handed out moon sugar candy to children. That may sound petty, but the point is that originally the plan was quite genius. The Ring of Daggers has been on my trail for years, and everywhere I've gone, I've made sure to have a backup plan. When I came to Moira's Hope, I found this tomb, and I added a few safeguards. Well, part of that was the original design of the crypt, but I like that about it. The Ring of Daggers has ways of getting inside a man's head. I worried they might glamour me and trick me into opening the door. This seemed like a failsafe. I'm yours to do with as you will. Whatever you decide, I will go along. I don't see anyone from the Ring of Daggers. Does that mean... Thank you. Thank you so much. I promise you, whatever efforts I made to redeem myself before, they will be doubled. Every hour for the rest of my life, I will try to earn the reprieve you've given me. Capria, thank you so much for coming. I need your help.
Don't worry, sir. Teren planned everything. We've got you set up as a merchant in Orsinium.
That's perfect. As it happens, I have friends there.
Then let us be on our way.
Thank you for your mercy, friend. We won't be seeing each other again.
Well,
Dark days are upon us, friend. Arce's foes spread like wildfire. Only his holy relics can save us now. Yes, the legacy of Arce's saints, imbued with his power. Our sacred mission. 3 Knights of Arce obey my commands. I sent them out to the locations described in our order scrolls, but none have returned. Find my knights and bring back Arce's relics. They're our only hope now against the dead tide. Each knight went to a different site rumored to contain a relic. Rathion went to Flyleaf Catacombs, Edway to Sanguine Barrows, and Cecibel to Lacrata Ruins.
There you are. I hope you didn't have any trouble finding this place. Ah, I take it Gwendis found you, and I assume that you dealt with Rizal Jul. Then we are ready to begin. Let's find out why they tried so hard to hide this place from my memories. A forgotten tumble of ruins in the desolate Locrata Hills. I found a trap door that should grant us access to the chambers beneath, but it's locked tight. Look around for a way to open the trap door, and I'll meet you at the West Tower. I advise caution, my friend. As with Rizal Jul and Camp Tamrith, I have a feeling that the enemy remains at least one step ahead of us. Since I assumed that Montclair's memory was never affected, who knows what we may find in the ruins below. Of course, it isn't as though we're trying to save Rivenspire or anything, now is it? Go ahead, ask your questions. Lurea was a sweet young woman, committed to her family and infatuated with me. She didn't ask for what happened to her, but that doesn't excuse her behavior since. Her father gave her command of a portion of his troops, just as he did with Rizal Jul. She's been active in the north and east, creating blood fiends and causing chaos. I assume she has her eye on North Point. When you restored my missing memories, I recalled that the Aeliad manuscript mentioned 2 ancient outposts, the Doomcrag and a place in the hills to the east. My research indicates an Aeliad ruin lies... I'm not sure, but there must be something here that we need. Why else would the 2 Aeliad outposts be linked as they are in the manuscript? First, however, we need a way to open the path down. Without that, this ruin is nothing but a dead end.